This eternity, it was never your desire. Is that not so? You...
Just to be perfectly honest, I have never played Final Fantasy XIII-2, nor do I have any intention of doing so. However, the second I found out about its main villain, I immediately knew that he was going to be one of Final Fantasy's greats. This is Caius Ballad. Caius was the bodyguard to a prophetess named Yule. Yule has the power to see the future, but she has this problem of dying every time she does so. Whenever that happens, Caius gets sent off to the next timeline over to guard that timeline's version of Yule, who would then see the future and then die, and then he would get sent to the next timeline, and so on. Eventually, this drove him kind of nuts, and he came to the conclusion that, hey, she won't keep dying if she can't see the future, and she can't see the future if there is no future, and so he set off into the space-time continuum with the sole goal of wrecking it beyond repair. One thing I find interesting about Caius is the way he ties into the overarching themes of Final Fantasy XIII and its sequels. All three games have this undercurrent of the main characters defying their fate and going against what destiny has in store for them and that sort of thing. Caius reflects sort of the dark side of that, where he wants to go against destiny, but at the cost of everyone else. Aside from his thematic significance, Caius is solid in pretty much every way. He works well as a cold, dangerous villain, but he has some genuine humanity with his relationship with Yule. He's got some cool theme music, he's got some excellent voice acting courtesy of Liam O'Brien.
He is living in a time and place where he knows only joy. He acknowledged his defeat, and now he is at peace.
And he's got some epic boss fights to boot. But there's one thing that truly sets him apart from other villains in this franchise. The fact that he wins. And no, I'm not talking about it in the sense that he achieves his goal but then gets defeated. No. I'm talking about Thanos at the end of Infinity War levels of winning.
You should have gone for the head.
Like, at the end of Final Fantasy XIII-2, the deity Etro is dead, and he's kicking back on her throne, gloating about how he's played the heroes at every turn with a very much alive Yule beside him. And yeah, there is another game after this, so obviously his victory doesn't stick, but this is the way the game ends, and I find that really impressive. Now, like I said before, Caius was already a solid villain in his own right with his complex and yet strangely relatable backstory and sheer coolness factor, but the fact that he actually wins, something that I don't think any other Final Fantasy villain has done to such an extent, is what truly elevates him to the upper echelon of Final Fantasy bad guys.